Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in partnership with sharpbetting.co.uk, your home for all your betting tips and in-depth analysis, not only for boxing but for a number of different sports such as football, basketball, horse racing, and many different events. So, yeah, if you're a big sports fan who likes a dabble every now and then, please check out the good lads at sharpbetting.co.uk in the description down below. It's me, Niall, just here giving a quick reaction to the news, the reported news that Jarrell Miller, big baby Miller, has reportedly had to withdraw from his scheduled June 7th clash with Fabio Wardley at Portman Road, Ipswich Town's football stadium. Yeah, big breaking news. It's not been disclosed yet. Well, it's the official cause of the withdrawal, whether it's an injury or, of course, as we know, Jarrell Miller has history of being forced to withdraw from fights for quite controversial reasons. But yeah, the specifics of it have not been disclosed yet. But Miller is out, and the man reportedly in the frame to as a front runner to kind of replace Jarrell Miller as Filip Hrgovic. So we were getting Fabio Wardley against Filip Hrgovic on June 7th now. And yeah, it's another very interesting fight. Filip Hrgovic, of course, stepping in again on short notice to take on an English fighter. Of course, coming off his win in an entertaining fight as a late stand-in against Joe Joyce only a couple of months ago now, in which he won. He came in and got the better of Joyce in that one in a close contest. So yeah, credit to Hrgovic, staying ready, staying in shape, and taking another opportunity at short notice when it's called upon. In terms of the fight itself, I think it's a very, very good stand-in. We said the same against Joyce when Hrgovic replaced White, but Hrgovic is a top class heavyweight. I know he's got his detractors after performances in the past. He's the likes of the Dubois performance, the Zhang performance, and others where he's really flattered to deceive. But he is absolutely a talented heavyweight, very, very solid fundamentals from that amateur background, quick hands, heavy-handed, good counter puncher, good sharpshooter, accurate puncher. Yeah, so I think he can really, if he's on form, and if he's on it like he was against Joyce, I think he can give Fabio Wardley a lot of problems. Seeing people today say, is it a better fight than the Jarrell Miller fight? Possibly not in terms of style. Jarrell Miller and Fabio Wardley, two aggressive volume heavyweights, that would have met in the center of the ring, no quarter given. Just met head on, and it would have been front foot for most of the fight, to be honest with you. Hrgovic will be a bit more cautious, a bit more back foot, kind of looking to pick Wardley off as he comes in, using that better IQ, better boxing kind of brain, and more solid fundamentals to pick off a more aggressive Fabio Wardley, and you know, make it a bit more cautious than Jarrell Miller would have. So I'm not sure if it'll be as an entertaining fight, but it'll sure as hell be a big test for Fabio Wardley. Yeah, so I'm happy with that as a replacement fight for Jarrell Miller. Of course, a lot of people happy in terms of the fact that they think Jarrell Miller, with his controversial past, shouldn't be getting these big opportunities anymore, which is a fair assumption. But that's a video for another day, I suppose. That's a whole other conversation. But yeah, Filip Hrgovic, as I say, credit to him, staying ready for when that phone rings. We've seen it a lot in boxing recently, where people who stay in shape and are ready all year round are getting big opportunities and opportunities to change their career, to be honest with you. So yeah, credit to Filip Hrgovic for stepping in here in place of big baby Miller. In terms of a prediction, I kind of broke down the fight a bit there of how I think it'll go. I think Hrgovic will be cautious, look to counter Wardley as he comes in. You know, Similar to the Joyce fight, backs against the ropes, kind of countering that aggression of the British fighter. But I think Wardley will overwhelm Hrgovic. I think he'll have too much aggression for him. Hrgovic won't be hard to find himself. He can be a little bit predictable at times in terms of just spamming the right hand, constantly jab right hand, and that can make him predictable and open to huge counters himself. So I think Wardley will be too aggressive for him and too quick, and I think the fight will be won. When Hrgovic's back touches the ropes and Wardley swarms him. Yeah, just I think I think Hrgovic will have a lot of success early, and he will land big right hands on Wardley. It all depends as how Wardley's chin holds up to taking those right hands off an accurate big puncher like Hrgovic. But if he can kind of ride that wave, I think he'll get him out of there in say 8 or 9 rounds. I'm a big fan of Fabio Wardley, with how far he's made it with the background. He has, white collar background, and he's far from perfect. He has a lot of flaws, but that's what makes him so exciting, so aggressive, so heavy handed, quick. That power is a real problem. And yeah, when he is hurt, we mentioned can Hrgovic hurt him early, which I think he'll have to do. How Fabio Wardy reacts to that, but when we've seen it in the past when he has got hurt, it's been like a red rag to a bull. It just made him come on stronger. So yeah, I think he has a good chin on him, and I think he'll have just too much aggression and too much speed, for Hrgovic to keep off him. I really do. So I'm going for a Fabio Wardy stoppage between 8 and 10 rounds in what's sure to be a very interesting fight and a big test for Fabio Wardley. If he wins this will leave him really on the cusp of a big heavyweight title shot. Particularly highly ranked with the WBA, of course. But yeah, he'll be right there now if he wins this. So yeah, it's a different style that Fabio Wardley now has to prepare for. But it's a very high level replacement as Filip Hrgovic steps in for Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who was been forced to withdraw from the June 7th contest at Portman Road, unfortunately. But yeah, we're getting a high level replacement in Hrgovic, so it's going to be a very interesting night in Ipswich this summer. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. What do you make of this replacement? Is it a better fight than Miller? Is it a bigger threat to Wardley than Miller? Let us know what you think. And of course, as always, we'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel at ESBR Boxing, drop a like on this video, follow us on all social media. And as I said at the start of the video, please, we'd really appreciate it if you could check out the lads at sharpbetting.co.uk in the description below. Until next time, take care.